Runners are now filtering out onto the course. Best of luck. They're off. Racing for the Lister's Land Rover Confined Hunts race. Galloping on towards the first. Away well to the inside is Takeover Sibler. Upper Town Hawk towards the near side. They're all safely out over the opening obstacle well. A couple of lengths back to find the Furbane Man, who races towards the inside of Now Ben. As they come to tackle the second, Atomic Tangerine is following those in the brown and orange silks as they kicked up and over the second. Over towards that one's inside is 7 Days, and Winds and Waves is the back marker. 2 more circuits ahead of them, and out in front it is Upper Town Hawk and the Jeremy Mahart. Jumps over that by a couple of lengths. To in second place on touching down at Takeover Sibler as they now turn left-handed and race away from us. The Furbane Man in the pink and purple jacket is down towards the inside of Now Ben with the white cap. Brown and orange colours of Atomic Tangerine under Samuel Cohen. The man who rides the Aintree Grand National course better than any other. And another couple of lengths away to, at the back end of the field, 7 Days, who's got about a length and a half in hand over Winds and Waves. The open ditch now coming up, the first of the 3 fences going down the far side. And the field cross it with no problems, with up ahead, Upper Town Hawk, showing by about a length or so. The pace seems to be a pretty sedate one, as they continue their forward progress, going down the back straight for the first time. Upper Town Hawk leading from Atomic Tangerine, who's now made some progress to move up into a very close second as they reach this one now. Not the greatest of jumps there though from Atomic Tangerine. Seem to lose a length or 2 in the air as they head on now towards the last one going down here. Over to the inside is Takeover Sibler, the Furbane Man jumping up into a more prominent role. A couple of lengths away to find 7 Days, who at this stage keeps company with Now Ben. And 4 lengths away to Winds and Waves, and Hugh Nugent is already rowing away on Winds and Waves at the back end of the field. So on the run back towards us now, on the climb to the next plain fence. Over it they hop, Winds and Waves quite slovenly at it at the back end of the field, and the gap between him and the second last horse is beginning to grow quite considerably as well as they swing on into the home straight. Upper Town Hawk remaining prominent, showing up ahead by about a length or so to Takeover Sibler. Winds and Waves is pulling up at the back end of the field, so Winds and Waves pulled up before tackling the 9th fence, which they're now about 50 yards away from. So it is just about Upper Town Hawk to Takeover Sibler. Atomic Tangerine nearest to us, the orange sleeves. They're being followed through by the Furbane Man, 7 Days, and 2 or 3 lengths away to Now Ben. Approaching the fence, which will be their last in a circuit's time. And up ahead, Upper Town Hawk going to be nursed into this one, but came up nicely. Led by half a length over Atomic Tangerine, Samuel Cohen on the outside. In the long run, the Rajdhani Express Silks, and then back in third, along the inside is Takeover Sibler as they come to the first fence out on this final circuit. The Furbane Man a little slow there and was now jumped towards the inside by 7 Days. And the trailer is Now Ben. So galloping out onto the final circuit. They've got about 1.25 miles still to travel from this point. And Atomic Tangerine took a definite advantage there. Another blunder from the Furbane Man, who's now finding himself in last place and being ridden along as Atomic Tangerine now goes on by about a length or so and just begins to get them a little bit more stretched out. Tempo perhaps rising. To the inside, Upper Town Hawk is now driven to stay in touch with the new leader, who comes to this open ditch and gets in a fraction close. Good jump along the inside from Takeover Sibler, who's still banged there with every chance under Will Biddick, keeping his eye well and truly on Samuel Cohen. Then improvement made to the outside by Now Ben, who hit a little bit of a flat spot a few moments ago, but back on more of an even keel now as they head on towards the next fence going down the side of the track. And they have 5 more left to take. It is Atomic Tangerine who's going to have a narrow lead. jumped over that well, and Peck on landing to the inside by Takeover Sibilla, and that one is now being booted hard. It's Now Ben who moves off in very close pursuit of the leader as they come to the final fence over in the back. Atomic Tangerine has about 3/4 of a length or so to spare, but Now Ben definitely looks a match at the moment, and they're about 2.5 lengths away from 7 Days, who's now inherited 3rd place and is staying on quite well for pressure, with backpedaling in behind those now a tiring Takeover Sibilla as they make the journey on up the hill towards the 3rd last. It is the hot favourite, Atomic Tangerine, who's over that by about a half length, with on the outside with the white cap Now Ben trying hard to press. 7 Days is still staying on nicely for pressure, but is 3 wide on the final turn uphill for home. And this trio are now booting away from Takeover Sibilla, and forget about the other 2. So they're now in line for home, and Atomic Tangerine very quickly has dropped back, and I think it's being pulled up. Atomic Tangerine is out of the race, well, out of the race for win purposes anyway, as if something has gone amiss, and left with the advantage. It is 7 Days to Now Ben in second as they work their way on towards the 2nd last fence. So a dramatic turn of events here. It is 7 Days at 2 out, looks pretty weary, is over by 2.5 to Now Ben, who's trying hard to get back on terms. Back in 3rd is Takeover Sibilla. Continuing on is Atomic Tangerine, but got very tired very quickly. Here's the final fence coming up. 7 Days with Now Ben edging a little bit closer as they approach the final fence. It's not quite over yet. The leader over it safely enough, jumped it well. Now Ben is pressing all the way to the line. It is 7 Days by a hard-fought length and a half to Now Ben in second as they race into the closing stages. 7 Days does enough to win. Beats into 2nd position Now Ben, and they were a long way ahead over Takeover Sibilla in 3rd. Back in 4th was the Thurbane man, then Atomic Tangerine, who on entering the home straight stopped as if shot, and in behind that one there was a gap to Upper Town Hawk.